Lonzo, what has stood out to you about your guys' defense through these first two preseason games?
I think just effort. Defense, a lot of the time that's really all it is, playing hard and moving on the string. And I think, we've been doing it in practice and it's carrying over to the game.
You guys have had double-digit steals in both preseason games, and it seems like you guys have a lot of active hands, a lot of closeout on shooters. Is that an approach that you think you're going to use the rest of the season?
For sure. And, most of the time we have pretty much four perimeter players out there at one time, and Big Vuce are, a big holding it down in the back for us. So just getting into the ball, getting deflections. We're a lot faster than a lot of teams, I think, and I think we need to use that to our advantage.
How much emphasis has been rebounding from the guard and wing spots too, to finish possessions and be able to play fast the way you guys have the first two preseason games? I think between you, Javante, Caruso, and DeMar, you guys had 5 or 6 rebounds tonight. How much has that been a point of emphasis?
It's a huge emphasis. Since training camp started, Billy's been, harping on that just because, like I said, we got 4 so-called smalls out there at one time. But once we get the rebound, we can get on the break, a lot faster than having to kick it up and then go. So for us, it starts on defense, and then, it usually ends well for us.
Billy mentioned wanting to have an element of randomness in the offense where you, Zach, DeMar, kind of like calling out stuff that you want to run in the flow of the game. How has that adjustment been? Because you're adjusting to playing with a lot of new players, but then also, having that element of freedom and flowing in and at the same time. How has that adjustment been for you?
I think it's been smooth, and that's exactly what it is. Free flowing offense. We got a lot of different options, a lot of different, guys that can put the ball in the basket. So it's really about just finding, the best shot and just staying true to the team. And if we do that and keep playing unselfish, we should be fine.
We were told you couldn't shoot. You weren't a good shooter. Were we misinformed?
I ain't heard that in a minute. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But you've heard that, right?
Yeah, when I first came into the league,
Right.
this is my year 5 now, though. So
Can you lead the league in 3-point shooting?
I don't see why not.
I noticed a couple of times defensively, you personally pick up full court. When do you decide to do that? What are you trying to do there? Just trying to take time off the shot clock, or what?
Really just disrupt the offense. Sometimes you can get the steal, but most of the time just to get the other team tired. Try to change the pace of the game and do what you can to, turn the tide really. And AC does a good job of that as well. We got a lot of guys that can get into the ball. So I'm just going to start with the point guard, whoever's out there.
Sorry to interrupt. Is that something that you choose to do, or are you getting a signal from the coaching staff to do it every once in a while?
Nah, yeah, it's just whatever I feel like doing.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. We're just playing really unselfish and then together and really competitive on the defensive end. We get out and run, but we're really scrambling around and helping each other on defense, being competitive.
The easy thing for outsiders to say is preseason competition isn't so great. What would you say to that, and how much of what we're saying do you think will be able to carry over to the regular season?
It is preseason, but we're just trying to be serious and worry about us. We can't worry about the competition level, who we're playing. It doesn't really matter. As long as we keep playing with the same intensity, it'll carry on over into the season. Obviously we'll have some ups and downs for the season, just like every other team. But as long as we worry about ourselves, I think that's what preseason's for, and continue to build that mentality.
Vuce, did tonight show what he can still do for you guys offensively? You guys with him from the start.
Oh, yeah.
On post play,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, we just read the defense. Obviously, Valanciunas is back. He's a big guy. He's going to protect the rim. So I think all of us, read the game so well, just hit him in the pocket, or if he peels back, he's going to shoot the 3. So, we're unselfish enough to understand that it's not going to be one guy every single night, but we can all contribute and be ourselves still.
So like you mentioned the defensive activity. That's 2 games in a row you guys have had double-digit steals as a team. How did the coaching staff kind of create that atmosphere in practice where you guys are flying around and contesting shots and going for loose balls?
Coaches do a good job, but it got to come from us too. And they told us, if you want to be a good team, you got to play defense. Billy put up a chart showing the last couple teams that's won a championship have been in the playoffs, and they've been good offensively, but really good defensively as well. So I think we understand how talented we are offensively. If we put work in defensively, I think it'll take care of itself.
He's also acknowledged you guys are probably going to be undersized all year, but the way you're guard on the perimeter, switching a lot of screens, deflecting passes, challenge shots, you guys have a lot of athletic wings. Is that an approach you feel you guys can use all season defensively?
Yeah, at the guard spots, we're all pretty big guards, and guard multiple positions. We got to help, the 4 and Vuce down there with rebounding. So we play physical and we play athletic. I think that's going to be our MO. We're not going to be the biggest team, but we should be more athletic than most.
Alex Caruso a better passer than maybe you thought he was with the one behind.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one. No, he's a hell of a player, man. Like I said, that he really knows how to play the game, but I didn't know how good of a passer he was. We all know how good of a player and defensive player he is, but passing wise, he really has it too. So we're still learning each other, obviously, and I'll be definitely looking for that pass next time.
Are you aware of the way UCLA played in their glory years? Up-tempo, fast-paced.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever pay any attention to that?
Yeah, I tried to, and I got there. I was only there for a couple months, but I tried to learn my history pretty quick. So no, they obviously we understand that
see any
story.
of that with the way this team, the way you're trying to play with this team, fast, up-tempo.
I think we're just trying to play to our personnel. There's no reason to to really slow down when we have so many athletes on the floor. Obviously, with Vuce in the game, we're gonna have to try to get him touches here and there, and but he's finding the ball just coming to his lap, and obviously with him trailing into threes or getting into the pocket. But we're playing fast. We want to get the ball. Whoever gets the ball off the rebound, we're out. If not, we're giving it to Zoe. Let him call the plays and go from there.
I think we always heard with Lonzo. Well, he pushes the ball. He does a lot of things defense, but he can't shoot.
Mm.
And now
So
all we've seen is making threes.
Exactly.
What have you
Yeah.
seen with him? It's a shot so well.
I mean, he's an extremely hard worker, and it's like people expect somebody to come into the NBA at 19, 18 years old and be the best player that they're going to be when they're 25, 26 years old. You got to work on something that, once you come in the league. So obviously he's worked on a shot just like I have and everybody else has, developing into your game. So he's one hell of a shooter. I think we've known that for the last couple of years, and he's going to continue to get better, but he's overall a great player.
Have you been impressed? Because you're obviously a shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Have you impressed with the way he shot the ball? So I'm obviously.
I mean, we had to scout it last year. He was shooting above 40 until he hurt himself at the end of the year. So, if you're shooting above 40 on 8 attempts, like you're a really knockdown shooter. So, that's a part of his game that teams are really going to have to respect. And if not, they don't get their head cracked like they did tonight.
One more thing about the arm. I remember talking about Kobe and his footwork and trying to take some things. And what kinds of things you want to take from Lamar's game?
His pace is really well, like in the pick and roll and just him getting open in the mid range. Obviously, we already know how good he is there and one of the most respected guys in the league. And, his resume speaks for itself. So he really calms us down, and, having that second guy, like a 100% go-to guy on the team, where I'm able to get easy shots off of him creating in the lane. I talk to him every day about just his pace of play, what he's looking at. We ask each other questions, but that's what I've been looking for him is that, how he slows himself down and he reads the floor and manipulates pick and rolls or manipulates post-ups.
You and Billy have talked about potentially there being more opportunity for you to play off the ball and catch and shoots and cuts and things like that. As you've gone through these first 2 preseason games, how has that adjustment been? And have you found that, within the flow, you're getting easy offense, kind of playing off guys with the amount of playmakers that you
Yeah, and that's what, you don't want to have to try to do everything. It's not fun. So it's, I'm getting easy shots. I missed a bunch of easy shots tonight, actually. I 2 for 7 from 3, and I should have made 3 more in my book. So, I'm getting wide open shots, and I'm still able to play my game, be in the pick and roll, handle the ball, but it's not like it's a every single possession type thing. And, I'm enjoying it.
Is that adjustment coming easy? Because Billy has mentioned, like, it can be a little bit difficult, not in a bad way, but just to make that adjustment
I'm a
happen.
ball player, man. My first 3 years in Minnesota, I was off the ball. Just in the Olympics, I was off the ball. I was playing the defensive stopper role and the point guard. So, I can adjust everything, man, to make it happen.
Well, that's 2 games in a row. You guys have had double-digit steals as a team. You had 4 yourself personally tonight. What has stood out to you about your guys' defensive activity through these first 2 preseason games?
I think mainly our aggressiveness on the defensive end. We've been, really aggressive on the ball, fighting through screens. If we made mistakes, guys are there to help each other. I thought we did a pretty good job controlling the paint as well and getting to shooters. But just our aggressiveness, our activity, and also our communication has been good. So just things we really talk about a lot in meetings and practices, and we're trying to execute it on the floor. It's not always perfect, but I think for only playing together, for 2 games now has been pretty good. Again, it is preseason. The teams are still trying to figure out their offense and everything, so it's different. But it's better to start well than having to really start from behind. So it's been good so far. I think that's something we talked about a lot. So we really put a big emphasis on it.
When the offense runs through you like you did in the pick and roll and pick and pop game, what's that do for the team and the others when you're kind of the fulcrum of the offense?
I think it opens up a lot of different areas for us a lot of different ways for us to score. If I pop, it opens up a lot of space for the guys to drive. If I roll, then, if the guys help from the weak side or rotation, then we get a lot of open looks on the weak side. It's just, a lot of offense, will be a 2-man game with me and different guys. And I think, my ability to be able to roll or short roll, make plays out of it or pop, it just gives us different looks that we can use. And we have a lot of great guys in pick and rolls, with Lonzo, DeMar, Alex, Zach. So, and then when Kobe comes back as well. So just gives us so many different looks that we can use. And we try to take advantage of it.
What's going on with the 3-point shot right now?
Yeah, it's not. It's preseason. It kind of happens to me every year. Just kind of get back into it. It's not something I'm overly worried about. So I just need one to go in, and they'll follow.
Tonight don't feel like, okay, this is where I'm going to be able to get my spots. This is where I'm going to be able to get my shots, and this is how I'm going to fit into this offense with these new pieces.
Yeah, I think that's just a daily thing. Now I'm trying to work on and figure out. I think just we all trying to figure out how to, who will get their looks from where. I think for me, just with all the guys I have around me now, I just have so many opportunities for me to score. Trail threes or out of driving kick or out of pick and pops or in the rolls and the dump offs. And just we have so many guys that are good on the ball and that are willing passers. As a big man, it's like I said a couple of days ago, it's a luxury to have. So. Just have to get all used to each other and build that chemistry, and I think it'll be great for everybody.
One more, I'll let you get to your buddy Sam Smith here. Defensively,
You only get 2.
sorry, Sam. Defensively, it looks like you've been pretty impressive defensively, getting steals, deflections. You're fronting Jonas tonight. What are you trying to do defensively in the team concept?
But to me, obviously the big part of defense will rely on me and being the big man in there. And sometimes we will be undersized. So just trying to do my work early, try to be aggressive, follow the courages that we do, help my teammates. And they've been helping me as well a lot, So on the rebounding, if I go to help, they help me and my guys. So just trying to be there for my teammates, in different areas. As a big man, it is a big part of your job out there in the court. So just trying to stay aggressive. I think, we've been pretty clear with what we want to do on that end. And so it helps also myself and everybody else. So just want to continue to do
You've been around long enough to hear every coach in preseason talks about, we're going to run, we're going to play with increased pace. And then the season starts and everybody gets in the half court and go through plays and things like that. Can you see this way, at least you've been playing at least these couple of games, continuing on to the season because of the players you have?
I think so. Maybe not at the pace necessarily that we're doing it right now, because it's different once you get to the season and teams prepare for you and they also play better. So it's but I think so. Yeah, I think we have to take advantage of the guys we have on the court that like to run and they like to get out there on the court. Especially with Lonzo now on our team. He's a great passer and he loves to make that pass ahead. And so we have guys that can really run. So for sure, especially when we get stops, we have to get out and try to take advantage of quality that we have. And so it won't be like now because it's a different game once you start getting the season, but I think there will definitely be opportunities where we have to take advantage of it.
How have you seen it? Because when you came, and Face also, you guys really slowed up.
Yeah.
Now you're speeding up, even though you're still here.
Yeah. No, but obviously it was different because we had Zach that he was out for a little while, and then with Tyson we had to play big, so it was just a different look. Now we have a totally different lineup out there, and for me, I don't. It works for me. I will get a lot of trailing opportunities too if I rebound, if I'm on the ball where. I can, get shots or, get the ball drive and make plays. And so I think it fits me as well. But like I said, it'll just be a mix, if it all depends on each game as well, who we're playing and how we're playing. So we'll just have to, but if we can get out, it's fun to play that way. You get a lot of open looks, you get a lot of easy baskets. You have to take advantage of it.